Farewell, good hunter. May you find your worth in the waking world.
Oh tonight, oceans apart. We are oceans, I am dancing by myself. Keep you company.
Hey, you shit, nigga, you a bitch, nigga. Fuck you and everybody you with, nigga. I put my nigga in my fist, nigga. Look at Mario, he a rich nigga. And on this, I make statements. Play with me, she gon' get crazy. The link got me driving Miss Daisy. Won't take this shit off you for gazing. Get that me a kush blunt, couple lean in the booth. Pussy nigga, I'm the truth. I'm acting like I never had shit, driving the coupe. Throwing money out the roof. She call me over on Smash and then I go poof.
What's going on, YouTube? Y'all already know who it is, man. This is the most blessed lightning man out here, man. We back at y'all with another video, bro. Man, I told y'all that wasn't gonna be the last video. I don't know why y'all probably thought, just in case anybody thought that, man. I'm trying to cover all my bases, dot all my I's and cross my T's. I think that's the saying, right? Well, you know, I don't know if any of y'all been sleeping underneath a rock, and this video is like mainly about the real world things that happen to the political debater Charlie Kurk, religious and political debater Charlie Kurk, being murdered by some dude that, you know, is protecting, or what he calls protecting, his trans girlfriend, right? We really are living in the end times according to the Bible, bro. Or like children are being indoctrinated into homosexuality, and you know, so many wrong things going on right now in the world, bro. Little wrong things and big wrong things. So the main reason for this video, bro, not only is to praise the Lord, but is to bring attention to people, right? That we should be changing our ways, and you know, us as a whole, not just y'all, me too, right? You know, we all fall short of the Lord, and we all sin. We just sin in different ways, you know. Like, I know homosexuality is a sin, and you know, sitting here talking shit about y'all is a sin, and others more horrible sins exist out there, like having sex out of wedlock and all these other things, bro, right? Like, I think we should really, you know, and I'm just saying, right? Like, this is something that you gotta really be committed to, right? This is something that you go all in, or you don't mess with at all, right? And it's just that, you know, I can testify that, you know, these miracles from God is a real thing. I asked him to do something, you know, I did, you know, I stopped doing certain things, and it happened, bro. Like, you know, I know for a fact he exists, you know. It's just certain things need to happen throughout your journey, and everybody has a different journey with God, bro, you know. And I'm not just saying this, bro, like, if you don't want to hear nothing about this man, you ain't really interested in it, then, you know, I guess click off. I mean, I can't make you do it. But, you know, eventually one day you're going to wake up. Something is going to wake you up, and one day you're going to wish you did do it. Just hope that day ain't when you leave this world and you are standing before the Lord, and there's only one or two places you're going. Well, you know, a lot of people, you know, don't really believe in the Lord and things like that, but I'm just saying, it's the most credible source of the things that we know are true in this world, in this life, with, you know, God and Jesus and things of that nature. It's just that, man, you know, ever since the death of Charlie Kurk, you know, you see, you know, not just me going out here doing this. It's just like, look at the rest of the world that is out here doing this, bro, right? Like, look at how many people that he brought together that like, you know, when are we going to wake up and realize that like we're not animals? Like, I don't wish death on nobody, even though a lot of the things I jokingly talk about or jokingly talked about, right? I didn't repent it from, and a lot of the things, like, like, when are we butchers and when do we mutilate people? Well, I mean, they kind of already mutilate children, but in a different way. Um, People are, I don't know, man. I'm not trying to like say I'm greater than thou or pull, looking at somebody else without looking at myself, which, I'm just making this video like hoping that maybe one day somebody looks at this and starts to think for themselves, right? Instead of following this perpetual crowd of people that that view things this way, and I just hope one day that we all wake up, for the fact that hatred still exists here. For me, between Anthony and Nine Tails is kind of crazy, right? Like, cause when I said in my video, yeah, man, me and Anthony cool, I'm like, bro, I'm lying. We're not cool. I'm saying that because I kind of know what him and Sheldon and them were doing. I knew it the first time that led to the final fade. I knew it then. I just that since I got more years on them, trying to get over on me like that ain't gonna work, bro. You ain't gonna be able to trick me into nothing. I'm just saying. So, no wonder the internet tell y'all to be like, well, like, if you all, if y'all wanna know just how scary the internet is? If you are over the age of 15 years old, you are considered an unk. That's scary. If you are over the age of 15, you are considered unk. Like, it's crazy. No wonder Anthony was like, well, yeah, Sheldon, he's 35, and there's no way in hell Sheldon is 35, bro. No way. Excuse me, Lord, for swearing. Please, Lord, forgive me for swearing. There's no way Sheldon is 35 years old, bro. You want me to believe that? That he what? And you 27? And your argument, well, I'm a minor, but he's younger than me. But you both over 18. Y'all need to get off the internet. That's your problem. You need to get off the internet. You need to get off the internet because your perception of what you think people should view you as is what like you aren't you aren't popular or any of this other stuff unless people view you a certain type of way and all this other goofiness, bro. It's like bro, y'all need a reality check. Y'all do. Y'all seriously need a reality check. Y'all need to be, y'all need God. That's what I'm saying. Like, they need Jesus, bro. They need Jesus. They need to think differently than thinking how they think nowadays. That's been shaped by some dude you don't know. It's crazy that individuality and everything that is bad is looked at as something good. Murder nowadays is, well, I'm sorry, YouTube, but unaliving people is viewed as something to be celebrated. How did we fall so far, bro? How did y'all fall so far? Easy, because unfortunately, the world you live in today is ran by somebody that's not God. He's ran by Satan. And what does Satan do? Well, he brought upon homosexuality, which is if you look up what actual sodomy and homosexuality really is in the Bible, which is sodomy, and where it really originates from, you'll understand that it is a what did they say it kind of was? If I can think of it so y'all don't have to look it up. It's kind of like the twisting of what God intended for us, right? You know how man and woman are supposed to be a thing? It's a lot of things about Satan is inverted. So that's where you get the upside down star from, an inverted star. That's where you get the upside down cross from, an inverted cross. It's everything that represents Satan is inverted. You know what I mean? Anti-God. You know what I mean? It's and we live in a world that makes everything this way. And like, if you ever wondered why, well then, how come? Like another thing that I realized was, like, I remember I was watching this debate with I forget his name, some old guy who's very, very good at debating like God and things like that. He was like, well, he was on some campus. He was talking about, like, to some of those students, like, and they was trying to find out why they should, is God real? Like the generic things that most disbelievers will ask, like, is God real? Is God not this? Why does he let bad things happen to good people and things like that? And the bad things happening to good people can definitely be explained. It's usually because it is because we live in a world that's not controlled by God. That is not controlled by, the one who put you here. It is controlled by Satan. We live in a world where excuse me. We live in a world where, wrongs are looked at as right. We live in a world where people shouldn't give themselves to God. They should look for self-preservation, self this, self that. I do it. I am my own God, in quotation. Like that sort of rapper belief where I forget who the particular rapper was. I forget, like Yeezy or whatever they call him. Like, he believes he is God and all these other sort of things. And that's why I don't listen to mainstream rap or mainstream things and things like that, right? I don't listen to those sort of influences from those sort of artists that some people, I don't know. It's just certain things that they all need to be woke up to, since all you do is hop on here, wake up in the morning, and and fantasize about some spirit that you looked for to follow other than following God, the one who put you here, And if it's some type of spirit that you think that you got following you and all these other sort of things, bro, I'm telling you right now, it's satanic. It's not of God. None of these spirits that you claim that y'all niggas be, I'm looking to try and talk to certain spirits and find out what else is out there. You probably got a spirit on you right now and you don't really even realize it because if you knew what was really out there, you wouldn't want to even dabble in it. If the Bible tells you to stay away from it, it tells you to stay away from it for a reason. And I'm just saying, like, if you have any type of real questions, find out in the Bible. Read the Bible. Go buy you a Bible. King James preferably. Do not go out here and buy you no woman-centric Bible. Do not go out here and buy you no Queen James gay-centric Bible that, any type of misuse of the word, the Lord that put it, that, the one we translate. Do not be out here buying no Queen James or nothing like that. Go get the raw word from the Lord. Go get that. Go read it. Read how everything came into existence. How and like back to Charlie Kirk really fast, man. I know I done rambled a lot, but back to Charlie Kirk was like when just like I was saying earlier, like when have we become animals and ravage beasts that kill, that still kill and destroy, just like God said would happen. Like that's what the devil does. He comes, he sees something he doesn't like, right? He comes to kill, steal, and destroy. He doesn't want you to have it. He doesn't want you, he I guess I'm speaking more or less from my own experiences. Like, Satan don't want you to have a lot of things. Satan wants you to, he's here to invert and twist everything God has ever done and said because, different things. I may not know too much about what I'm talking about, bro, but this video is really just to inspire y'all. Maybe you should do that, and maybe you'll be better people. Maybe we all can be better people, right? Because chasing me lobby to lobby, trying to force a match out of me, Nine Tails and Anthony is kind of crazy, even this late in the 2025, right? It's this crazy that y'all really don't got nothing to do like that, and like both of y'all lie about not being cool with each other, and it's kind of like it's crazy that you would really like lie about that. But like I said, man, like enough about me, man. Just y'all get out here. And I hope this resonated with somebody somewhere where they can do better, I don't expect everybody to do better, you know what I mean? There's a narrow gate into heaven, and not many gonna be able to get in. I'm not worried about nobody else. My job is to bring the word to y'all. And what you do with it is what you do with it. What you decide to do with it is what you do with it, fam. Excuse me. You know what I mean? I remember that, like, and like, you want to know how, like, taking life is so wrong? Because I remember, like, playing 13-2, and I remember when Sarah died, the speech that Lightning gave, it's kind of crazy that this man would go this far, that ending life, something as precious that you can't get back called life, that somebody like you would do something like that. Nothing anywhere would ever prompt the fact that someone's life would have to end. And I quote those words from Lightning herself. We'll be back in the next one.
The messenger is standing at the gate, ready to let go, ready for the crush of the messenger. Too late for whispers, too late for the blush. The past is mercy when the future's low.